everybody, and welcome back to the Offbeat Gardener. Today is Azure Standard Haul Day, and I promise this is not turning into an Azure Standard channel. It's just I like to order from them and they have great stuff. So let's get into today's haul. As you can see over here, we have a ton of different spices. I'll go through each one of them so you can see what I got. Let's start over here with garlic powder. I got a 4-ounce bag of that because the garlic powder that I currently have is not organic, number one, and number two, it's looking kind of crusty and gross, so it's time to get a new one. So this is what this is. Second, over here we have some peppercorns. This is a 1-pound bag. If you have not tried these peppercorns from Azure, you're missing out. I promise you, if you order these, you will not be disappointed. They're so delicious. They add an extra level of dimension to any dish that you cook. I absolutely love these. I will never not buy these. These are so good. If you buy nothing else from Azure, pick these up. I promise you will not be disappointed. Then over here we have some mustard seed. This is also a 1-pound bag. I got all this mustard seed because it comes in handy for things, but also canning season is upon us and I'm gonna need mustard seeds for those things that I want to can, and I just figured might as well grab a 1-pound bag now while it's available and before I actually need it. Next we have some ground cumin. We just ran out of cumin, so it was time to stock up on some more. Again, this is organic. This is a 16-ounce bag. Then we have some basil over here. I grew a ton of basil last year and dried it, and we still have some of that, but I figured again, since canning season is upon us and just for general cooking, it would be good to have some extra basil around. We use basil in a lot of different dishes, so this is a 16-ounce bag. It's actually pretty large. I wasn't expecting the 16-ounce bag to be this huge, but we'll go through it at some point. Then over here we have some onion powder. This is also a 4-ounce bag. I got this for the same reason that I got the garlic powder, because the onion powder that I have is just looking kind of funky, and this one is organic versus that I have right now. It's not organic, and I'm trying to transition everything as much as possible to organic just because it's better in my opinion, but you know, to each their own. So to that we have some white cheddar popcorn seasoning. I've seen this on Azure's website for a while now, but just never got around to buying it because I figured, you know, I don't really need it and it's not like a necessity, but I bit the bullet this time because I like to pop popcorn on the stove, and I just figured it'd be nice to have some kind of fun topping to put on top of it instead of just plain salt. Over here we have a 4-ounce bag of coriander. These are the whole seeds. Again, this is a canning season thing, and just for general recipes, you can always grind it up and put it in whatever recipe it is that you're making. So it's nice to have these on hand. Plus, again, they're organic, so that's always a plus. Over here, yet another canning related item. These are dill seeds. It's a 1-pound bag. This is actually a really hefty bag. I wonder how long it's going to take me to go through this. It's always good to have these kind of things on hand, especially during canning season. Here we have a 16-ounce bag of parsley flakes. Again, organic. I did not realize that the 16-ounce bag was going to be this enormous. I think I'll be able to pass this down to about 4 generations. I don't think this is going to be something that I'm going to use up anytime soon, but it's nice to have it on hand for different recipes and just to, you know, toss in eggs or something. Like, you can use parsley for all kinds of things. If you're in the market for parsley flakes, just keep in mind that if you're going to order the 16-ounce bag, it's rather large and in charge, so maybe get a smaller one if that's something that you're in the market for. Over here we have some potatoes. Potatoes are always good to have on hand. These look really good. I'm really happy about the way that these are looking. They look nice and fresh. Over here we have some organic peeled garlic. I ordered a whole bunch of garlic. I think it was about 10 pounds worth. I ordered some whole bulb garlic from Azure and I did preserve it. I'll leave a link to that video up here as well in the description box. You can go check out how I preserved all that. The one thing I didn't do is I didn't leave any garlic cloves whole. So these are just gonna go straight into the freezer until I need them, because you know, every once in a while you do need a whole piece of garlic. So that's what these are for. I got 3 of them. Over here we have carrots, because I feel like every time I order from Azure, I can't not order carrots because they really have the best kind. This is a different brand than what I usually get from Azure, and I did order the one that I normally get, but this is what they provided. So I'll let you guys know how these taste compared to the other ones that I've purchased before. Over here we have butter. We just ran out of butter yesterday. I bought 20 of the salted butter. If you have not tried this butter, it's absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend. You will not be disappointed with this either. So it comes in salted and unsalted. So I got 20 of the salted and then I got 3 of the unsalted, because you never know when you need unsalted butter, and I figured since I'm placing the order anyway, I might as well get a few sticks of the unsalted one. So there's 3 of them here, because you know, sometimes a recipe calls for unsalted butter. Not that this one is particularly salty. You could probably get away with this one for a recipe that calls for unsalted butter, but I figured, you know what, I'm placing the order, might as well. So I added this to cart and excited to try this one because I haven't tried the unsalted. I've only ever tried the salted one, which we absolutely love. And if you're wondering how am I going to store all of this butter, I just toss them in the freezer. Whenever I need a stick of butter, you just take it out of the freezer, let it like sit, and it's as if it was never frozen. It tastes fresh. It tastes like you just got it fresh. If you want to buy butter in bulk, don't be scared that it's going to go bad or that you're going to have a problem with it, because you can just toss it in the freezer and it's like brand new when you take it out. Now over here, I bought a 1 pound bag of coconut sugar. It's kind of like a granular one. If you can see the picture, how that kind of looks. And the reason I got this is because I'd like to make some baked items, like for snacks and whatever. And when I go to work, I can just grab one out of the freezer and take it with me. The reason I got the coconut sugar is because I figured if I make muffins or something like that, then I can just sprinkle some of the coconut sugar on top, kind of like a crystallized sugar. Oh, we have a friend here. Okay, I need you to get off the table. You can't be here. So yeah, I figured it'd be great to just toss or sprinkle some coconut sugar on top of whatever baked good it is that I'm making, muffins or whatever it may be. And so I wanted to give this a shot. Over here we have a 5 pound bag of cornmeal. It's a pretty decent sized bag. This I got because whenever we make pizza, I just wanted to have a little cornmeal to put on the bottom of the dough so that it doesn't really stick. So that's what this is for. Then over here, I bought some cheesecloth just because I needed it. Azure has this brand. I really like this brand. I bought some of their snack bags, which I'll show you in a second because I re-upped on that too. Their stuff is really good. I like that it's all organic. It's unbleached cotton. There's 2 of them in here. Excuse me. There's 2 square yards of cheesecloth in this packet. If you want to see the back of that, you can do all kinds of things with cheesecloth, and it's really good for straining things if you need to strain things. So that's why I got this. I got 1 can of organic pumpkin puree. The reason I got this one is because we're trying to transition our cats into more natural foods. So, you know, like boiled chicken and just more natural things. And we talked to our vet about it, and he had mentioned that pumpkin puree was something that cats can eat. I figured I'd get 1 can and see how they like it. I'm gonna taste it and see how it is, and if it's delicious, then that's something I can buy in the future and let you guys know how it tastes, so that if you want to stock up on pumpkin puree to make pies or whatever it is that you want to do, if this is good, at least this is an option for you. Talk to your vet before you give your pets anything. I'm not a vet, so follow your vet's instructions. Speaking of the If You Care brand, here are the paper snack and sandwich bags. These are really fantastic, and I like that they're biodegradable. So I got 3 of these. There's 48 bags in each of these boxes. Yeah, they're really good quality. I have no complaints about them. This is a repurchase for me. I bought one in the past and really liked it. So I figured if I'm gonna make all those baked goods to put in the freezer, then I can just toss them in one of these bags, throw them in the freezer. It's just something good to have on hand. So if you're in the market for a Ziploc bag replacement for snacks or whatever it may be, maybe give these a shot. Like I said, I really do enjoy them. Over here we have a 10 pound bag of red onion, and I want to keep some of these for fresh eating, but most of them I want to can up and make pickled onions. So like pickled red onion in some red wine vinegar and maybe some spices or something. I definitely have a lot of spices here to choose from to add in addition to whatever I have in the pantry. So that's what these are for. Then over here I have 2 10 pound bags of yellow onion. I purchased 2 bags of yellow onion in my last Azure haul. I didn't buy anything from Azure in August. If you saw my last video, that haul was actually from May. I bought the 20 pounds of onions from Azure in July, and I preserved those up, but unfortunately I did not film it. So I promised this time I'm gonna film this so that I can post it for you guys so you can see how I preserve all of these onions, because I am a huge lover of having pre-chopped frozen onion in the freezer, because it makes life so easy. Whenever you're cooking a meal, all you have to do is grab a pre-measured out bag of chopped onion and just dump it in whatever pot it is and whatever meal it is that you're making. It makes life so much easier, and it saves a whole bunch of time. So what I'm gonna do with these onions, I'm gonna leave a couple of them for fresh eating. Some of them I'm gonna chop up so that I can kind of beef up the stockpile that I have in my freezer. But a lot of these are gonna turn into caramelized onions. So that's my plan for all of these onions. I would like to caramelize them, make them nice and yummy so that I can can them up and preserve them for the year, because caramelized onions are really, our friend is back here again. Caramelized onions are really great to put, as a side dish with a steak or on a burger or on top of anything, really. You can put it in a sandwich, a grilled cheese sandwich with some caramelized onions. Sounds delicious. So that's what the majority of these are going to be used for, but I am still going to chop up some and freeze them. So I will show you that entire process, I promise this time. So stay tuned for that. And last but not least is some low moisture whole milk mozzarella cheese. I have been wanting to buy this particular brick of mozzarella cheese. I believe it's 6 pounds. I'm not 100% sure. It might be 5, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 pounds. And I have not been able to get this particular one. Every single time I've been trying since April and have not been able to get my hands on it because it's always sold out. I bought the mozzarella cheese from this brand, from Rumiano, and it's really delicious, but this one is a little bit cheaper. So I want to try this one and see how I like it. And if it's fabulous, then I might repurchase more of this in the future. If you find that this one is out of stock and you're not able to get it, the Rumiano one that they have is actually really, really great too. And it's organic and non-GMO and all that good stuff. That's an alternative if you're in the market for mozzarella cheese. This is a huge brick. We're a small family. This friend of ours is going to go straight into the freezer. And again, it's similar to the butter. When you throw a brick of cheese like that in the freezer, you can pre-chop it up if you want to make smaller portions, or you can just throw the whole brick in the freezer. And when you take it out to thaw, it tastes as if it's brand new and fresh. That's something to keep in mind if you want to buy bulk cheese. You can definitely toss it in the freezer and not have a problem. So again, guys, here's my Azure haul. Lots of spices, lots of staple items like the butter and the potatoes and the carrots and the onions for sure, and a few repurchases as well, some new items. So it's a little hodgepodge of things, mostly like things that I really need or that we use a lot of. I wasn't in the market this month for, odds and ends, just to try this or try that. I'm kind of in preservation mode at this point because the garden has been producing a lot. I just figured since I'm in preservation mode, I might as well get my ducks in a row and get the items that I need for preserving, like the mustard seed, for example, but also to preserve other things like the onions and whatnot so that I have it on hand and ready to go whenever I need it. And yeah, so here's my Azure haul. I still can't get over how enormous this bag of parsley is. It's huge. I may have to give some away because I don't know how many lifetimes it's going to take me to finish that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. I would be happy to hear from you. And as always, I'm always interested in hearing what it is that you purchase from Azure. What are the staples in your home that you like to buy? Do you have any recommendations? If you do, please feel free to leave them down below. And if you have no idea what Azure is and you're wondering where I got all this food from, I'm going to leave a video linked up here and in the description box of my first Azure haul. And in that Azure haul, I not only show you what it is that I bought, but I also show you how the whole process works from start to finish in terms of ordering from Azure. So if that's something you're interested in, if you want to learn a little more, go check out that video. And until the next time, thank you so much for watching again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!